Hello students, I am your English teacher Mr. Vikram Pramanik. Students, during this lockdown period, we all teachers are doing a level best to keep your study continue. So please pay attention for our all videos. Thank you. Students, today we will study a lesson of standard 10 from book First Flight. This is the second poem of the book First Flight, and the title of the poem is Fire and Ice, written by Robert Frost. Students, let me say something about the poem at first. The poem Fire and Ice, this is inspired by the book Dante's Inferno. Dante's Inferno. This poem is inspired by the book Dante's Inferno. In that book, it is clearly said the bad people, the people who are sinner, they live in a place full of fire and submerged till the neck in an icy lake. Students, this is a very short poem and symbolic as well. This is a symbolic poem. The word fire that symbolizes desire. Desire. The fire, the word symbolizes desire, unhealthy desire like lust, power, greed, etc. The second word, eyes. Eyes, this word symbolizes hatred. This word symbolizes hatred. People hate each other, jealousy, etc. See students, as I told you, this poem is symbolic poem, and fire, the word fire symbolizes desire of the people, and eyes, that is hatred of the people. See, fire and eyes, these two words are totally different, but it brings the same sense into the poem. Let me explain. Let me recite the poem at first, and then we will discuss the explanation of the poem and some difficult words, and finally we will touch some literary device which used in this poem very beautifully. So let me recite the poem. Some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. From what I have tasted for desire, I hold with those who favor fire. But if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough of hate to say that for destruction eyes is also great and would suffice. So at first let me explain and let me tell you all some difficult words. Perish. This is the difficult word for you all. The word perish, it means to die. Perish means to die or to end. The second difficult word is suffice. Suffice means to be sufficient. Sufficient, enough. So let me explain, starting with first line. Some say the world will end in fire. In this line, the poet Robert Frost doesn't say his own opinion. Rather, he says the opinion of other people. He says that some people of the world believe that the world will finish because of the unhealthy desire of the people. Some say in eyes. At the same time, on other hand, other people think and believe that the world will end because of hatred of the people. So in these two lines, poet doesn't say his own opinion. Rather, he says the opinion of other people. Some people believe the world will finish because of unhealthy desire. And some people say, believe that the world will finish because of hatred. From what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. Next third and fourth line, poet says in his own opinion. He says that what he experienced, mostly he believed that the world will end because of desire, unhealthy desire. But if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough for hate. But again he says that he believes even in the second way of the destruction. What is the way? At first he says that he believes that the world will finish because of unhealthy desire of the people. But at the same time he says if the world will finish 2 times, then the second reason, because of the hatred of the people, the world also can die, finish, destruct. So, and see the last few lines, to say that for destruction eyes is also great. He says that means if the world will finish because of the hatred of the people, because of eyes, so this is also a sufficient reason. So, through this poem, ultimately the poet Robert Frost wants to invoke the people, wants to invoke the readers that there are two ways that world can finish, that world can end, and both reasons are sufficient. Because of unhealthy desire of the people will fight each other and finish the world, destruct the world. And at the same time, because of jealousy, because of hatred, people fight each other and will finish the world. So these are the two ways that the world can end. Students, after explanation and after some difficult words, it's time to talk about literary device used. At first, I'm talking about rhyme scheme. Rhyme scheme of the poem is A, B, A, A, B, C, B, C, B, B, C, B. Students, we have come to know this poem is about 9 lines. So we have to divide 3, 3, 3. So see rhyme words. See the first line, it is finished with the word fire. So this is A. Then desire, again A. Then fire, A. Eyes, B. Twice, B. Eyes, B. Suffice, B. So B, 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 B. Next, hate. This is C. Great, C. So see, in this way we can say A, B, A. A, B, A. Next, A, B, C. A, B, C. Then B, C, B. B, C, B. So this is the rhyme scheme of the poem. Second, I must talk about the another literary device very beautifully used, that is called anaphora. That is called anaphora. Anaphora. What does it mean? Anaphora means the repetition of the word comes at the beginning of the sentence more than 2 times or more than 3. So see the first line, some say, and the second line again some say. In these 2 lines, these 2 lines starts with some say, some say. So this is called anaphora. Next, enjambment. Enjambment. What is enjambment? Enjambment means when a single sentence divides into 2 or more than 2 sentences in a poem without having any punctuation mark. That is called enjambment. See the last 3 lines. To say that for destruction eyes is also great and would suffice. These 3 means different verses of the poem is a single sentence, and it goes, see, it jumps from here to here and then here to here. So it comes from here to here directly without any punctuation marks. That is called enjambment. Next, alliteration. The next device used in this poem, that is called alliteration. What is alliteration, students? Alliteration means when a consonant sound come at the beginning of the word more than 2 times in a single sentence. That is called alliteration. See, some say S, S. Again, some say S, S. This is called alliteration. This is called alliteration. Next, assonance. What is assonance? Repetition of the vowel sound in a single sentence. Means when in a sentence the sound of the vowel is very prominent. For example, say some say the word will end in fire. I. Here I sound is very prominent. That's why this is called assonance. Come once again in the here. I hold with those who favor fire. See again, I. In the same line, I is very prominent again. Then hold, O. Those, O. Who, O. Favor, O. So in this line, I as well as O sound is very prominent. This is called assonance. Finally, consonance. What is consonance? When the repetition of the consonant sound comes again and again in a single sentence. For example, say, I hold with those, the, th, the. This sound is very prominent in this line. So this is called consonance. So students, at the end of this lesson, we have come to know Fire and Ice is a symbolic poem, and this is symbolic poem, and I have explained the full poem as well as the difficult words Paris, suffice, and finally we have talked about some literary devices. So please go through this poem, go through this video very sincerely. So thank you very much. Bye.